Are you an entrepreneur, perhaps a solo one or a small business, and you just find that no matter what you do, you can't get ahead? You are battling to balance all the balls or juggle all the balls. You've got a business to run, you've got a household to run, you've got the children to look after. And here's the thing, when we have so much to do, often what happens, especially if you're my kind of person, the givers, the pleasers, people who are trying to make other people's lives easy, what happens is our needs and our things fall behind. And before you know it, you end up like I did a few years back, where your whole life just falls flat. So if you don't know me, my name is Claire, and I am a life and business coach, and I've got a very special interest in AI automation and integration because I want time freedom, money freedom, and location freedom. I want to have and build that not only for myself, but for my family, that we actually get to spend more time together. If this sounds like you have come to the right place. And if you watch to the end, I'm going to give you a 3-step system to follow to become super successful and to make your life easier to find that kind of freedom. If you start looking at this, the 3 things, you stay right to the end, there will be a special invitation for you later where you can learn more about this kind of thing. So let's get started. The first thing that happened when my life fell apart was that I like to call it, I had a little bit of stinking thinking. And that's exactly what happened to me. You see, things happen in the past. Events happen, people come in and out of your life, and they kind of mold us, who we are as a person. But what I did in my thinking then was my mindset was really poor at that stage. And everything was hard, everything was difficult, and I really had a very negative mindset, although I was very positive when it came to other people, when it came to business. So yeah, I have this positive outlook on person, but deep inside, it was a very negative, lonely, and sad place to be. And that is what I'm trying to get to you today, is to say, let's take a moment and let's just think about our mindset when it comes to business and family. And because I integrate life coaching and business coaching and automation, you now have a 3-step system that can help you from one to the other. So how does mindset help you? Well, mindset is like just seeing your life in one way or one view. And what mindset does is it shows you the other side. So let me give you an example. Do you remember when the World Wide Web started, internet started? Oh man, half of us were super excited, and the other half of us were like, yeah, that's cool, but we're not sure about this. It's going to take lots of jobs away, and this is really hard. And then the others were just right out, no ways, we are not going down that path. This is bad because it's new, right? So after a few years, what happens is we all start using Google. We all start doing searches. And now you can have everything on one device on your phone that literally can record meetings, have your entire to-do list on here, plus your calendar, plus videos. I don't know where to go for lunch. So I can quickly search what is a nice place near me to go and have a lunch and have a lunch meeting with somebody. Our lives have become dependent on this World Wide Web. So here's the thing. Same with AI. We again at this big crossroad going, AI is good. Oh, this is brilliant. Some of us are going, this is great, but I'm not sure about this. And others are going, no, this is bad. It's taking businesses, it's taking families. Well, yeah, like everything, and like we did then, we have a few views of how we can look at it. So let's say I say something like, AI is really bad. Where did we come from? And this is the mindset word. Where did we come from and why do we think that? So we're going to ask ourselves, why do we think that? Do we actually know? Have we tried it out? Has it actually been able to save me time? Or is it just something I heard that somebody else said? And this is the inner work that we do, this whole inner paradigm of inner work. You see, then I was living a very outward experience. And here's the thing, when you're living a very outward experience, it's like the world is happening to you. This thing happened, that person happened, this event happened, and it feels terrible. But when you start doing mindset work and like the coaching work, and you get yourself a good coach, or you're watching videos like this, what happens is you start shifting your perspective and you start looking at life in a different view. Oh, that event happened. And if it wasn't for that event, I wouldn't have learned this, which would have gotten me to this moment. You start seeing life very differently. And this is the first step to becoming super successful and giving you that freedom that we were talking about earlier. You have to understand yourself. You have to understand the blocks and the things that's keeping you back. And you have to be able to turn it and switch it, that it starts working for you rather than against you and keeping you stuck in this place that you are in. The second thing that holds people back is we don't have the right processes or to-do lists or programs or habits to actually get us to the winning end, to get us to finish this race. So what often happens is our to-do list is this long. The problem is your to-do list that is that long growing your empire? Or is it just a bunch of things that you need to do and it's filling up your day? So what you should be thinking about is your building of your empire should fill up the first part of your to-do list. And yes, then all the others, because that keeps your mind where you want it to go and where you are heading, rather than being stuck in this moment and only focusing on what's happening. And that's kind of what happens in a small business industry. You get so focused on all the little things and little parts that making your business move that we often forget about what was the big dream in the beginning. And we start just saying, I'm going to be okay with just having a normal salary, having a normal 8 to 5, having a normal. And we just become complacent in this idea of how we are going to live our life. You see, one of the biggest things I learned was I was trying not to take the pain of today because I wanted an easier today, not realizing that my future became very painful. But by swapping the two around and saying, if I did the work today and be a little bit more uncomfortable today to create that future that I am wanting, it shifted the entire paradigm for me. So this is how we start thinking about processes. This is how we start thinking about our habits. This is how we start implementing things and how we start putting our goals in order in which ones are most important, rather than what's happening for dinner and I have to go to the shop. And sure, those things happen on a day-to-day, but you're not going to remember it if you look back 5 years down the line that your to-do list was that long and you actually didn't get there. But if you took a hard action today and started building that business exactly the way you wanted it, or started doing the to-do list that you know you had to do, but you've been putting it off because it's a bit of discomfort, what happens is you end up shifting that whole paradigm of where we're living in the moment. And then lastly, you're going to look at making systems that's going to make your life easier. And here it comes in with the whole AI technology. Now, half of you are going to say, well, I'm too old to learn. And here's me saying, well, I'm 50 this year. And guess what? If I can learn it and show you how to do it, do you want to tell me that you can't do it? I don't care if you're 60 or 70 years old. We can learn. We are given such bright, interesting minds that we are learning all the time and we don't even realize. Sure, a little bit of discomfort today to create that freedom for later. And that's where we are heading with this. So how can AI help you in your business? How can it automate things? You can automate all your repetitive tasks so that AI can take over that function for you, therefore saving you 2 hours a week. Or how about you actually build systems into your workplace that replaces the you every day of what I have to do? Perhaps it is finance and you are sitting in and you have to reconcile a whole stack of papers every day. What if you could put it in a system and the machine did it for you? So now you're going to say, what about the security of that? Well, sure, with everything in life, even your banking system, there are security issues. And you're not going to put your most secure stuff on an open line where everybody can get hold of it. And there are ways to secure this within your business. So if you just look at the things that I think that might be holding me back, and I go and research those things and say, is this really true? Or is this something I heard or something I think? And you actually go and look, say, how can I make this more secure? Can I make this easier on myself? Can I, while I'm driving, make a to-do list instead of me writing it out, and just use an automation and let it pop it up into your phone? Well, I do it all the time, and it started a long time ago with good old Siri. Hey, Siri, and I would give it a task, which, of course, she now has to talk to me. And I just usually say, I put a reminder for, and I just add in that reminder of what I'm wanting. And I do that while I drive. So I've learned over time to work smart, not hard. And this is something that since we were growing up, my dad always used to say, you need to work smart, not hard. But somehow I found myself in working really hard. And now I'm all about making life really smart. So if you want to join this community of learning, how do I sort out my mindset? How do I become super productive? And how do I build systems to give me time freedom, money freedom, and location freedom? You're in the right place. And what I want to say to you today is there will be a link at the bottom that has an application form. You fill it out and you join our community. This allows you to tick off, I want an email, or I want WhatsApp groups, or I want Telegram groups, and you'll be kept up to date with some hacks on how to make your life easier. So this agency that I have is not only the teaching, but also if you can't do it because you really don't have the time, we can do it for you. And that is this nice two-part system of this that's really going to help you. And in the meantime, give you some really good ideas of things you may not have thought of that we take the time to research in the background and to figure out while you guys are living your life. And that's the stuff that lights me up. I absolutely love this. So I am so excited that you're joining our community. Like this video, comment below, fill out the application, and we will see you on the inside. Cheerio.